What do you do? What do you want me to do? My uncles were criminal. My father-in-laws were criminal. What do you want me to do with this one? Have an AK.
Oh, here's Kalishnikov, custom made for you by children.
Yes, the best and finest, the gentlest hands put this cock right
Yeah,
in.
bought them straight from Apple. Open up with people like they hear me speak, and they're like, "Oh fuck, here comes a homophobic racist guy." So I'm like, well, I've got to dig myself out of a hole here. So I just start talking mad shit back in you, bro.
Well, I've
It's
seen
amazing.
it myself. It's always been seen that on your profile quite a bit. I mean, it's not as much. I don't know. At least you're humane about it.
Oh man, sometimes crazy. I thought that like homophobia and racism was bad here. You ought to try doing something a little bit different that goes outside of people's expectations. Yeah, then you'll get some shit. Oh
Yeah.
man, like they're happy for it if you're working next to them at McDonald's, but you're like, I'm a comedian. They're like, fuck that guy. It's
Well, an
crazy.
honest living, right? What makes an honest living? What does make an honest fucking living? I don't know.
Not a goddamn thing.
Hey, that was my inner dialogue right there.
Not allowed to do that.
You gotta slowly let them into your life. You know, I mean, it's good. It's a smart play. It's a smart play.
Oh yeah, I call it selfish altruism. It's like it's the exact same thing as selfish charity.
It's
Yeah,
just always put ourselves on the lower end.
that's
At least the way we talk about it.
yeah. I mean,
It's how you make a sale. It's how you make any sale.
I'm a great salesman. I was a used car salesman for a while. I sold some pieces of garbage, man.
I believe it. What was the worst car you sold?
1989, $3,000.
An 89.
I can't even remember. Did they get bought by Chrysler or that was Dodge? Look at me and knowing all kinds of, car facts and stuff.
Yeah, sure. I try to know my bit. I don't know. I grew up. I had no friends in middle school, and then I had a friend, Christian Seabaugh, who now actually writes for Motor Trend magazine. But he first let me hang out with him, which is cool, and then opened my world to like what cars and engines could be. It was back when you could first like design your custom like Ninja crotch rocket online on like their website. It's back. I'm talking like 2002.
Yeah, the fun little death machines.
Yeah.
I love fucking race bikes, man.
The Shaggin' Dragon was a fun little death machine.
Oh yeah, I had a 10 that had a 355 in it, and my God, it was bright yellow. My dad was so cheap that he got the paint that they paint the lines on the road with, the yellow lines, and we painted it with that.
I kind of love that though.
I do too.
I mean, as far as like making sure that you're seen on the road, I don't know. There's something brilliant about it.
That was like, a sleeper genius. It's like putting in minimal effort and getting out maximum results. I feel like there's a genius in that.
There's absolutely genius in that.
Exactly. That's how you get something like me. That's parenting. I don't know. Have you had COVID yet?
So at the start of everything on like when things shut down, what was that, March 18th or whatever the fuck it was here in New York?
I wasn't
16th, I think it was like the 16th. Oh no, it was the 15th because it was the day before my niece's birthday. But yeah, I live with my parents, and my mother had it. She works at the public library, and apparently like 3 or 4 of the people at her branch had gotten it. But
I love like the written word as much as it sounds ridiculous to hear my dialect say. Like it's funny.
Well, one could also say this about certain parts of myself, being a fucking Brooklyn Italian. It's the same kind of shit. But...
Italian fella,
Exactly. I will say the would you call it a drawl?
The drawl has a drawl.
It's very infectious though. I was literally just in Austin with my girl, and I bought me a pair of boots.
Oh shit!
They work. You know how difficult it is? I have wide fucking feet. Let me show you my wide ass insole because this is like the shape of my foot, right? So I actually managed to find a pair of wide cowboy boots, which was a phenomenal thing. I don't know if you do product placement, but it was a good shop. I was happy about
You
it.
don't strike me as a person that would have a wide foot. Like you just don't.
I'm telling you, it's a pain in the like people are like, what's wrong with your feet? I'm like, if I could get robotic new feet whenever the fuck that happens, hopefully I have the money to do it by then. Yeah, sign me up.
Bro, I've been the same size since I was in 7th grade. I was a big ass middle schooler, but a mediocre sized adult. And like my
Yeah.
feet haven't changed. They're like a size 13. I look like Sideshow Bob walking around. It's cartoon.
You got a size 13? How fucking tall are you?
I'm only 6 feet tall. I'm the shortest dude in my family.
13? I guess that makes sense for a 6 foot tall dude.
And not really, because back in the 50s, I think if the actual like normal, like the average shoe size for an adult man, like 6 feet and a little under or over, was like 6 and 7. No, 7, 8.
I wonder though. I wonder if you could trace the etymology of the concept of or entomology? No, etymology. Yeah, of the concept that big feet, big dicks. Because I wonder if that like added to the procreation of big-footed men.
I feel like it did because that's the only reason that 6 inches is the average because you can lie.
Right.
Well,
That's funny as fuck, actually, I think. Because of that myth, there's like plenty of like big-footed, mediocre dick men out there.
There are a bunch of dudes wearing shoes that are too big for them.
oh man,
That's hilarious.
It's like, oh, come on. They got to tighten them shoelaces up. I don't think it's going to matter if they're 4 sizes.
There's a whole genealogy of size 14s with a 5-inch dick somewhere out there. There's a family tree.
Truck drivers of America.
The what?
The lifted truck drivers of America.
The compensation league.
Over here, welcome to the compensation station. Over here, we got
the compensation station.
Those are nice.
That's pretty good.
My mom bought it for me.
Yeah, like, my mom bought me this leather jacket.
He's like, what do you think it is?
I love it. Oh, and by the way, if you ever hear me trying to do like any iteration of your accent or dialect, it's just because I'm wildly curious with anyone that doesn't sound like myself. So, like,
sure.
Where you from, guy?
That was inner dialogue.
Oh, me?
Again.
Yeah. I'm from Brooklyn. I'm born and raised in Brooklyn.
Oh, you're good, bro. Raised in Brooklyn.
Raised in Brooklyn?
New York. Yeah.
If you hear me talking in that accent, because I do it out of habit a lot, I went to Connecticut and was on a whole job full of dudes from on a job with locals, dudes from Brooklyn and dudes from Jersey. Well, I made him believe for 2 fucking weeks that I was one of them, and I grew up 30 miles off Jersey Shore. And
fucking A.
That was 2 solid weeks, but I'm not don't think I'm poking fun or anything like that because
No, I love that shit. No, see, that's the thing is like my girl and I, the second we got to Texas, it wasn't making fun of at all. It was literally we just started talking to each other like this. I don't know what it was.
What'd you think?
They just worked.
Yeah. That's exactly what I wanted to know too. What did you think of Texas?
It's like what I think of Texas. Well, they're in Austin. Her sister and husband just bought a house down in Austin, and my brother and sister-in-law are on their way out of Austin. He just finished his PhD in some shit in University of Texas, and he's some fucking bullshit that he's not going to do anything with. And he got his PhD in, what was it, political science, and now he works for a digital software company. So, like, really applicable.
Oh, God. So he's going to be out there spreading misinformation for the masses, huh?
I think he's just, like, running numbers for them. I feel like he's just, like, advising their marketing department on statistics. I bet.
I feel like that job and somebody just walking in with a stack full of papers that are just numbers and they throw them at you like, figure it out.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, how do we make these people want this thing? Well,
Fucking
that's
you,
basically what you do with a
Abbey.
politics degree, right?
Oh, you pretty much lie. Yeah, poly, Greek for many, ticks,
You know,
or parasites. That is.
how do you make
It'd be,
people want whatever you got?
Yeah, you have to.
Oh, you don't have to make them do that. People just do that.
Nope.
That's
You have
true.
to denote a value to it.
Well,
Yeah,
there you go.
give something
That's what
valuable.
it is.
I wrote a whole paper on this sitting on my toilet because my girlfriend told me that I couldn't sell trash to someone if I wanted to. And so I was like, okay. My scenario was, okay, say I find a National Geographic cover in the garbage can. I put a little shitty frame on it. I go over here to the neighbor's house and convince him this is a fine piece of artwork. And you know what? If he buys it off me, he might be a little bit more worldly than his neighbor. His station and society might just go up a little bit. And then, boom, you just kind of just like caress their insecurities, and boom, you don't even have to try to sell it anymore. They'll call you back.
One of the best things you did, I think, in that pitch was opening up their world to reaching many other people, in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
That's what more can you sell than that?
Yeah, then the societal raise. Like neither of you can read, but it's okay. One of you's got a shitty National Geographic framed on your wall. I called it radicalization of the consumer class.
Oh,
it gets a lot than that, but toilet writing,
Oh, I do most of my best work on the toilet. You kidding?
Bro,
I used to get upset because my brother would bring my my laptop into the bathroom, but then I realized, he was playing Pac-Man, but on like some nonsense free online thing. What is that?
Right here, that says "Daddy Issues" in big letters. I'm like Howard Hughes of comedy. I've got fucking notebooks, like these little note cards, like just dry erase.
It's funny. It's funny that you say that because I'm literally sitting next to a pile of my notebooks that I rummaged through for a set that I did. Well, that's some like health insurance shit underneath there. But yeah, no, I've got notebooks on notebooks.
Like I realize I have a deep voice, but I've sounded like this since I was 13. When I was 13, we had to call girls on the phone if you wanted to speak with them.
Oh, I remember actually calling them. Sorry, I just realized that I had the ability to make you bigger on my screen, and I wanted to see more of your beautiful face.
See my hair, and like this is not like male pattern baldness. I promise. I've had this hairline since I was a baby. It's like I can't buy it on us. But yeah, this is my notebook right here. It's got like
there you go.
I self-deputized myself from Apple. I've got an Apple badge. I get manic. So
I get it. You make some crafty shit though.
Yeah, it's fun. Okay, it's one of those little smart boards.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
He's like, I'm talking to an insane person.
No. It's just my service in this building.
Man, I live with my mom right now at the moment too. I've got a camper, but how shitty of a feeling is that sometimes? Like, how old are you? Like, you
32.
I'm probably, how old?
32.
Oh shit! I turned 31 like 2 days ago.
See, I'm an old man.
No, bro, you look like you're like 17 and a half. You look like some Benjamin.
17 and a half. I just cleaned up. I just cut off like a foot of hair and my whole beard.
Your whole beard. Oh man.
No, I was just looking scruffy.
That's one day I age myself dramatically is to try to grow a beard. Like
it'll never happen for me. I'll be 60 years old and like it'll still take me a month and a half to grow something decent.
Oh yeah, no, I mean they'll report me to the Humane Society because I look like I've got the mange. Like it's just gross.
That or truant offers will be like, you look like a very sick child that needs to go back to school.
Like, why? Oh my God, that child looks exhausted and tall.
You're like, buddy, it's 2 in the afternoon, but I think you need to be back at school.
I am a child. I'm very small and I have no money. You can imagine how hard this is for me.
Basically the same thing. Yeah.
That's a good explaining bit. I can't say something. There's so many parallels that I draw. Like whenever I'm in conversation with people, that like I'll just throw out another comedian's like little quip, and people like I have to like the people I talk to. They're like pretty knowledgeable about comedy, so they'll call you on it because I'll call people on that shit too. If, like you're
Sure. But it's good to have a Rolodex of references. People use it. I mean, people quote other people all the time. Why not quote somebody who's like funny?
Oh yeah, just because you're paranoid don't mean they ain't watching. And I'm not superstitious. I'm a little stitious. That's it.
I've actually never heard that.
Put my watch on and everything for this. Look, I got buttons on.
Put your watch on. I'm sorry. I look like a schlub.
Oh no!
I've got like fucking dumbass product placement over here.
These are like chipboard, like particle board walls in here. Like, come on, it's okay. Like,
it looks like a good spot. I'm just saying. It
is. I like it. It's really
I constantly just want to disappear to a shack or a treehouse. I want to live in a treehouse in the middle of the woods with no service. That's my ideal existence.
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with me?
Yeah, I want to live in a commune. I want to go barefooted. I broke up with a girl one time because she wouldn't shave her legs. Am I petty or?
Nah, I get it. I once stopped seeing a girl because she ordered a ham and cheese sandwich with nothing on it from a deli, and I was very grossed out.
A bread sandwich?
It was just like stale deli roll with sweaty deli ham, nonsense Swiss cheese, and mayonnaise, and I was like, my standard is not what you got going on. So,
not heard of the dollar menu? It's a godsend for cheap dates.
No, I get it. I would rather have a fucking McDonald's dollar menu crispy chicken sandwich or whatever the fuck they got. It tastes way better than whatever the hell she ordered.
Bro, it's taken me 3 years to like slowly like sink my girlfriend's standards to where she's happy with chicken nuggets and wine to go home with now.
Oh, that's wonderful though. That's wonderful.
It was a long, arduous road, but we're here now, and it's getting easier. Now we can just slide into senility.
Chicken nuggets and wine. I guarantee you, if you were to post on Instagram right now on a story, one of those just like, I'm just looking for a girl who's okay with chicken nuggets and wine. Promise you, 60% of the women you know would be like, that sounds great. I just want that and rub my feet and watch Downton Abbey, and that's my favorite night.
Oh my god! Nobody here. I think that if you were to ask like 80% of the people here, they would call it Downtown Abbey.
Downtown Abbey, yeah. Well, I did for a long time out of spite, but
I did too, just because I've never heard anybody pronounce it before. Like there are all kinds of words.
Yeah. You just walking around. Although that would be some funny like murmured gossip online at Walmart. You seen Downtown Abbey this week?
I'd
like to see that.
Downtown, I tell you, the stockyard. It's
I get that.
Trading chickens for Abbey. Oh my god, that's one weird thing. It's like the word betrothed. I never heard anyone say it out loud, and like in my head, I pronounced it betrothed for fucking at least over a decade.
True.
And I said it out loud in front of some people one time, and they were like, "What did you say?" And I was like, "Nothing."
Yeah. I tried to use it when my brother got married. I tried to use it in earnest with someone who was asked, because I was best man. They were asking me what the hashtag was for the wedding, and I was like, "Well, last name is Barranca, whatever you want to say." I was like, "Barranca betrothal," and they were like, "That sounds too old school," and like, I don't know. I was like, I don't know. I think alliteration is wonderful, and you should let me do what I want to do.
That's a long way around. I don't understand what that means. Because I've had people around here say, like, why are you using all that fancy talk? There's no such thing as fancy talk. There's just a poor vocabulary.
Well,
but I'm pretty jaded with
how do you refresh yourself with that?
How do I refresh myself?
Yeah, from that.
Like, yeah,
What do you say?
I'm like total seclusion.
Oh well, yeah, but in your seclusion, you're making ninja stars out of like computer tabs or whatever the fuck you do.
Yeah, I mean, I did.
I swear to God, I'm gonna come down. I'm coming down. Coming down with a bottle of gin, and we're gonna have a party.
Dude, my friend, my voice and my inner dialogue. His grandfather, he's got like a premier moonshine still, and it's amazing because like he is brazen with it. He puts his face on the bottle and everything. He's in a Daniel Boone like coonskin hat, holding a musket.
I love that.
Like,
I would love to drink that. I would love to drink that. That sounds wonderful.
Every time I used to, it's been like years or a couple of years since I saw him, like his grandfather. But every time I would come over, he'd be like, "Hey, why don't you come and get you a little snip of this right here?" I'm like, snip doesn't sound, very, like, you're not gonna be kind of fucked up. But no, he pours you a glass like this tall, and it's like, here you go.
Well, I think a snip should be enough to keep you warm for a minute.
Yeah, well, not enough to make you fall asleep on your back porch when you get home, though.
True.
That's it. Like that. If that sounds oddly specific, it's because it is.
No, I get it. I get it. I fell asleep on my stairs once. That was fun.
Dude, in the last podcast with Lazy Eye or Matthew McConaughey, he said, "Brother, I slept through a fucking tornado last night. I was out on my porch. I didn't even know anything was going on. My producer he said, my manager took me downstairs. I think the worst part about it was I woke up in the fucking basement." I was like, dude, he's too talented. Like,
he's great. He's great, man.
Yeah. He's also,
he had COVID recently, no? Didn't he have like some breakthrough case?
I did. I got COVID, but
I knew you did.
Yeah,
and I'm glad you're bitter.
Oh, yeah, I'm bitter about
it. you're bitter and bitter.
Yeah, better and better over it. Yeah, I mean, I tell you, it's what a souvenir to take home from jail. Like, fuck. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm just like, guys, I think I'm coming down with the COVID. They're like, we have no cases of COVID here in this gym. I'm like, yeah, you'll have none if you don't ask anybody, if you don't report the shit. Come on.
Was that Minnesota?
No. Funny enough, fuck Minnesota. If anybody's ever listening from Minnesota here, land of 1,000 lakes. Do everybody a favor, make it one big lake. Nobody'll miss you. All right. I have very strong feelings about Minnesota.
No, that's fair. There's nothing going on in this.
No, nothing. Fargo? What? Who cares?
Fargo could have happened in Buffalo.
Fargo could have not happened and nobody would have been the worse off. I mean, I did stop and eat a steak dinner there one time on the way to North Dakota, though, just to say I did something in Fargo. I took a picture next to the Fargo sign and felt cultured. And looking back, I hate myself.
That's what I did. That's the first time I ever went to Texas. Well, as an adult. Like, apparently I went to the Alamo when I was like a year old, but that's a useless vacation. And you always love it if you talk to a relative or something like that, and you're like, I've never been to this place. Oh, I brought you there when you were a year old. I'm like, great. Show me my memory of that, please.
Exactly. It's like,
but I stopped the first time. Yeah, I stopped at Amarillo on the way out. And I was just to get a steak at the Big Texan. Like you said, get a steak. Sometimes you just got to stop traveling to get a steak. That's the only point.
Yeah. Well, plus, it's steak, right?
That's fair.
He was like, "What is Ron Swan say? It's a turf and turf. It's a 21-ounce porterhouse." Oh, yeah, I love Parks and Rec, man. That's a great fucking show.
Oh yeah, man.
I've noticed like you're always like doing funny stuff on your Instagram too, like, or am I like taking it in the wrong way? I think that I have like this like scope that I view things through that I have no choice but just you know, add like a comedic value to it, or
Sure.
like see it through that scope. Maybe that's just trauma, but you know.
Well, it might be a product of trauma, but it doesn't mean that it isn't good for the world.
Comedy to watch or your favorite stand-up comedians. I can't ask your favorite stand-up comedian, period, because that's unfair.
Well, sure. I mean,
I'm your favorite comedian from Kentucky.
You are my favorite comedian from Kentucky. I gotta say, that's a fact. that's absolutely a fact.
I was in doing a stand-up room on Clubhouse the other night, and I had somebody ask me like, "Do you know Mary King?" And I'm like, "Yeah, he lives in Lexington." Like, well, you're 1,000 times funnier than he is, and I said, "I know."
Yeah.
It's like, I got more laughs. It was a good.
Does Larry King live in? Would you say Lexington?
Lexington, yeah.
Larry King lives. I didn't even know he lives out there. What are you gonna do? I guess he wanted to.
No, that's Canada. Mary King.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you said Letterman.
No. Oh, Letterman, like David Letterman. Where did we get lost?
I don't know. Well,
See, I'm great.
I don't know. It's probably my audio.
No. It's probably my mind. Like I'm either slow or like too fast. Like my mouth doesn't always keep up with what is going on up here. Like you know, the wheel's turning, but it doesn't translate well.
Oh, I do that all the time.
Like I do it when I'm writing too. Like I will take the end of a word and put it at the beginning sometimes.
Oh, I just stop. Like, I leave words out. Dyslexia is a good time.
I'm a little bit dyslexic. I mean,
it's a good time. It's fun when it's figured out later in your life too.
Bro, funny that you say that. Yeah, I was diagnosed with autism whenever I was 24 years old, and until then, I'd walked around thinking I might be a little bit fucking retarded, like my whole life, and then to have that like confirmed, I was like, okay, well that makes sense. Let's go from here now.
Well, yeah. It puts, you know what I think it does? I think it relieves a lot of stress from standards that whether we put them on ourselves or we got them from other people earlier in life.
You know, it's amazing. I hold myself to such a the highest standards, but the lowest. Like I talk shit to myself like nobody can. Like my girlfriend told me that if I talk to my friends the way that I talk to myself, I wouldn't have any friends.
I scared people I was working with once because I fucking messed something up that I took way too seriously, and they found me genuinely talking to myself and with myself in the break room about how stupid of a thing that was, and I didn't realize that they had been standing behind me for like, I don't know, a page worth of dialogue.
Oh, it just
felt like that.
Fucking, you just
yeah, exactly.
Or made you needs to, which is a piece of shit too. Like that's like me with stink bugs. I get ridiculously and like just preoccupied, like preoccupying anger. Like, I'll think about these things like sometimes, like a day. But if I hear that, you know what a stink bug sounds like? Besides my own personal hell.
No, I do. I mean, you live in a better climate than I do. We lose the insects at a certain point. I mean, it's mostly mosquitoes and fruit flies up here, but you know, anytime I go to the mountains, yeah. They chill out. They go
It's like,
but
when the waspers and the other stinging creatures of the earth die and go to hell for a short period of time. They belong.
they recharge.
Oh,
That's what they're doing. They're just recharging in hell.
That is
Wasps,
where they-
especially. Someone told me that wasps pollinate, and I was like, I don't care. You can let that patch of flowers die. I don't care. They're made of period.
I mean, I'm not really that invested in the comings and goings of white Anglo-Saxon Protestants, but you know, that's what we call waspers here. I didn't know that. I swear to God.
Possums too. Possums are pain in the ass. I don't know.
Yeah, see, her or I'm kind of learned. I've read books and such. You know, yeah, like I thought I was smart as hell, but I thought I didn't know that there was no such thing as a wasper until I was way too old to not know that there was no such thing as a wasper. Yeah. See, it's I guess it's not even a colloquialism. It's just incorrect language. Kind of like Bostonian.
Well, wait a second. Did you refer to a wasp as in the bug as a wasper?
Yep.
That's what you're saying. Okay.
Yep. I'm seeing you wrap your around that, and it's adorable, isn't it? Yeah. See, whenever I heard like them talking about wasps, like the white Anglo-Saxon Protestants on TV, I'm like,
well,
Jesus, they're spreading.
Well, I guess that's the thing, though. It's priorities of identification, depending on the circles that you have found yourself in.
Yeah,
which could be
a weird thing though. Whenever people can like fully devote themselves like down one side or the other, just so that they can have some sort of the semblance of an identity, whenever they otherwise don't really have anything, like there's a blank slate.
Yeah, I mean, the funny thing is to me about that shit, though, especially dealing with like young millennials and Generation Z.
Garbage people.
Are right, those right. What is it? I mean, they don't want to be lumped into a group, but they really want to be identified.
Yeah, that's outrage
And I'm
culture.
like, you don't know what you're saying. It's it's the same people that, I consider myself fairly liberal, and one could say a socialist. One could say a communist, but not really a full communist. I'm more of
I'm not a Marxist,
but
this got
yeah.
facts, some
Keep what you've earned, but I would say.
Okay. Hey, see, I actually know a little bit about this stuff. Like, I say that this PC culture is nothing but socialism with feigned manners. It's like,
well, that's the thing. No, see, that's the thing. With the fucking young PC culture is like, that's the thing. Is they're the most PC, but are also the most on-demand culture, in the way that they don't understand what it took to get what we've gotten so far. It's like,
and I think they're all disingenuous as fuck.
many.
Like,
yeah.
It's the outrage culture. These people that are looking like they go to a comedy show and they don't care a bit to go home and try to ruin somebody's career. Yeah. Or even worse, like me. Like, listen, I do this shit for a living now. If you try to heckle me, I'll hurt your feelings.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, it's like, but I don't get it. Well, I do get it exactly, pretty well. It's a person who is unsatisfied with their station in life or their standing, so they have to try to look like they've got some kind of weird unique take on something,
Sure.
even if it means construing somebody else's words and meaning completely and railroading them in the process. That's not a good person. That's like
no. Especially, I think if everyone's point of view is valid, but also I think you should test group some opinions before you publish them.
Yeah, see, opinions are not assholes. I'm sorry. I've never been in a bar at 2 a.m. to punch somebody's opinion.
Right. Well, that's why. So I sometimes work catering to pay some bills, and I worked
Does
I don't know if
catering
I
mean
can say the
something?
name of the company. I might get fired from my catering company, actually, if I
Oh,
say the
oh,
name of the company. But God
oh.
forbid that fucking happens. Anyway, it was a BuzzFeed party. It was their like holiday party. And I just looked around the room. I was like, these people write articles about nonsense, and they own great real estate. I was like, I hate all of this, everything that's going on. I think that's why I don't mind if I get fired from the company.
They're walking contradictions.
Yeah.
Basically, and I could be the same thing, but I kind of like my skewed vision because it makes them uncomfortable.
Well,
I
mean,
make
you wear the walking contradiction thing, or seem to try to some extent, because you do somewhat try to paint yourself as like a slack-jawed yokel, but you're absolutely not, clearly.
Well, you wouldn't believe what you can get away with. I know better, buddy. It's like being funny. That's a double threat. And then being like half decent looking, I shouldn't exist. I should go ahead and collapse into my own black hole of humanity like right now. But I'm sad, so I stay. That's the thing that makes balances everything out.
Do you find that you have to dress down at shows?
Oh yeah. It's hard to be funny and good looking.
Oh sure. Is that your girl over there?
No, that's oh shit, I forgot word for a second.
Your other inner monologue?
That's my inner dialogue's girlfriend.
Oh, there you go.
You're not dating him? Fuck yes, my girl over there. What? Oh, I mean, see, I'm a lover. What am I saying? I can't even help it. It's just in my DNA. My dad was a very promiscuous man.
Wow.
I came by it honest.
Someone's got to be.
I come from a town where, I think I've told you this before. If I wear like a polo shirt or a collared shirt with buttons on it, I think that boy's a queer. It's
Sure.
No, Daryl, you don't always just have to wear your Wranglers tucked into your Red Wings. Their skull rings don't automatically come on pants. I mean, come on,
I
buddy.
will say that's a good existing. So.
Which one's a good existence?
The Wranglers into the Red Wings. I had a pair of Red Wings that I actually use them quite a bit for
I got
work.
the old shoes. And
oh goodness, I always wanted a pair of those, and for some reason I've never owned them. I think because every time, that's so fucking funny,
bro.
My previous 2 relationships were with people who would not have been happy if I wore those shoes.
Bro, funny story. The last person that I dated that we had like a little tie-in about these shoes was my English teacher from high school. Her father did eat dinner with us, and we were wearing the same shoes. Family worn? Super Christian lady? Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I'm not one of those assholes that screws their teacher in high school and then fucking brags about it. I'll wait 10 years.
Hey man, someone's got to do it.
Hey, it ain't much, but it's honest work.
That's a good circle back, right? Callback right there.
I'm just out here doing the Lord's work.
I mean, yeah. You sweat doing it sometimes. Sometimes
you got the evil out. That's what that's for. That's why.
Well,
the same concept.
I feel like that's been could consider that half of my conquest, but
It's like, oh, these are some wild mental gymnastics that I'm going through to justify some of
Yeah.
this. Do some brain backflips over here.
Well, because I really do hold my time as a value. So at a certain point, it is putting myself enduring. I mean, sometimes you got to endure. Men and women that I've been with, it's
Yeah.
sometimes you really do just got to endure that conversation just to get whatever you think might have been the idea of why you both started speaking in the first place.
Yeah, that ulterior motive is just a strong motivator.
Truth.
I mean, if that's why I'm so good at like fishing it out is because my family doesn't even speak English. They only know double speak. So, they're always just talking out of both sides of their mouth anyway. So I'm pretty keen on it. I can catch that shit pretty quick.
True.
Bunch of hypocrites. Like super Christian-y type people. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna try to be a little bit more like Jesus. So I bring a prostitute and turn my water into wine. And they're like, Keith, this is Thanksgiving. We think you have a problem. We're worried about you. I'm like, make up your fucking minds.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing.
So I can't help but to bring that's how I practice like my bits and shit. It's just like if I can work them like casually in the conversation and it feel kind of like natural. I feel like it's and not forced. That's a good piece. You can't. It's like
Oh
not
no, of course. I think that's the
joke.
whole. Of course. I feel like that's why I always have a fucking notebook in my pocket when I'm out. Where is it? My
That's
jacket. I
funny.
got my little notebook in my jacket right now. Yeah.
I love it. It just feels so much. It's palpable. Like it's something that there's a satisfaction that comes along with it. It's the exact opposite of wiping shit that you didn't do off of your whiteboard.
Yeah. I get that.
Oh man, there's not much more of a punch in the stomach of thinking that you're doing good and you're being really, really. Oh no. Oh shit, I forgot a word. Fuck. Look at me. I'm panicking. Productive. And yeah, then
There
you
you
have to
go.
watch what you didn't do off of there. You're like, oh shit. So we'll put my blinders
See,
on.
I don't have. I used to have a whiteboard, but I whenever like a few years ago, probably 4 or 5 years ago, that it fell off the wall, and then I never put another one back.
Look
I
what
think it
God
was
did.
because I automatically felt obligated to adhere to that. I used to be really good with my Google Calendar, like really good with my appointments and shit. It kind of stopped. I mean, I get all my shit done. I definitely get all my shit done, and certain things that have to be appointments are. But I'm not like I used to schedule every minute of my day. Like
Yeah,
I have
I
this much time, and now like I have to remind myself to eat, and now I have to like remind myself to relax for a few minutes, and
take
that
personal
stopped.
time.
What do you say?
Take personal time. Do something that you enjoy for a little bit at least. Like
Yeah, I try to just sneak that in as much as I can, even if it's like walking a place instead of taking the bus or some shit. It's just like that's just a little bit more time for me and myself.
yeah, I'm an only child, so like my time around other people is often pretty fucking exhausting. Like especially if
True.
they're um, idiots. Yeah, nothing really zaps me quicker than being surrounded by a bunch of idiots. Well,
Oh,
I mean that
sure.
being ignorant is fine. Being willfully ignorant, that's a real fucking problem for like to me.
Oh, of course. Of course.
Uh,
I mean, when hanging out with people becomes work, when you're expending more energy than you're like gaining from the company of like you're actually losing serotonin from hanging out with these people. You need to stop hanging out with these people.
losing
Like,
serotonin and self-respect at the same time.
yeah.
Which I mean, is a sparse asset to begin with me. I mean, it's a, I don't know. I don't really know what I think of myself. Is the funny thing. It's like because I'm so flip floppy, like between like where I have to like work different crowds and different people and stuff. Like they have different expectations and different energies every time. So like if I go in like talking to you like I do, like we are right now, some people like look at this cocky redneck over here, or just the opposite. I could like talk down just a little bit and like, oh, I think that was touched. Yeah, don't talk. It's a double-edged sword, man.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah. But no, I don't think anyone's having a conversation with you and thinking that you're touched.
Do you ever wonder,
Unless,
like,
at the same time, I don't know people in the deep woods of Kentucky. I don't know. So,
oh God, I do. I mean, well, that song.
I would
got
love to know.
I know I got friends in like low places.
Yeah.
It's funny. You know, sometimes those people come in handy too. It's like,
Well,
hey, Lyle,
for
this
helping you
person-
write material.
Oh yeah, that too. They have great stories.
Oh, I've got those in Bay Ridge though. See, that's the thing is like, especially being a fucking Italian, and when the Italian, because as an actor, so like, you know, I'm an actor, right? So I'm on set, and there are these guys. Sometimes, like, I worked with some guys that were like really Brooklyn Italian guys, and like, you know, just to be familiar, I let them know that I'm Brooklyn Italian. So like, all right, this boy, he's good to hang out. So then you end up hanging out with them on set just because it's nice to like hang out with some nice energy, you know,
It's like
accepting kind of energy.
passage, like some camaraderie that you can.
Yeah, kind of. But like the second their guard is down, you're like, oh right, you're like my uncle that I don't speak to anymore. I got you. I got you.
You wear sunglasses inside, huh? Okay.
Right. You're like,
Well, yeah, there's enough product in there to, you know, fucking oil spill. You just go swimming and you'll kill some of the sea life.
yeah. Well, yeah. Well, it depends. Sometimes it looks like it's stupid. Sometimes it's like, did you put Gorilla Glue in your hair? What you doing?
Oh, I love Gorilla Glue, man.
I love Gorilla Glue, but you know, that hair doesn't move. I tell you.
Not even a fucking inch.
I do listen. People do their cosmetics at CVS, Walgreens, whatever.
I
go to Lowe's, Home Depot.
I love it, like the Eastern European accent, that like Bulgarian, like I have not brushed my hair in 15 years. The cigarettes make not.
Well, we use petroleum. Good, clean, no problems. Petroleum. You grease, you come through. It does not move. It gives weight and volume to your hair. You should use it.
Yes, but give the adult petroleum in the hair and give the cigarettes to the children. They are on too low level to catch the hair afire and also make the cigarette children's bones strong.
Yes, the closer to Serbia, yes.
Yeah, I'm fucking with my buddy. He's from Serbia. His name is Diego.
There you go. Yeah, exactly. What do they got in Serbia? Guns, cigarettes, and a lot of radiation.
Like, oh yeah, and your uncle's. I told him one time, I was like, your uncle's a war criminal, isn't he? He's like, everyone's uncle is war criminal.
Hey, what do you do? What do you want me to do? My uncle is war criminal. My father-in-law is war criminal. What do you want me to do with this one? Have an AK.
Oh, here's Kalashnikov, custom made for you by children.
Yes, the best and finest, the gentlest hands put this cock right in.
Bought them straight from Apple.
Have you seen the action on this? Made by 6-year-old hands. 6-year-olds.
It doesn't like child labor, child soldiers, and you know, just the dark parts of society.
How else are we gonna win a war, man?
Nostalgia.
Shut the fuck up! Oh, I wish someone just came in and brought me a goddamn Kool-Aid. That's awesome. Are you gonna turn? Oh wait, no. What was I thinking of just now? Are you gonna turn into like? You remember what were the commercials? Those old commercials that they turned into? It was Capri Sun, where they turned into like molten like metal, like Terminator 2 kind of shit.
Oh,
you remember those?
Man, no.
Have you seen this boy?
I haven't thought about that in years. That's
well, you're welcome.
Holy shit! I couldn't remember anything before I was 14 for years until just like right now. And that's the Terminator Kool-Aid Man now. Thanks to you.
Hey, man. Listen.
What? I always wanted to see what it'd be like if the Kool-Aid guy broke into a crack den. He'd be like, "Oh no!"
That wasn't a joke. Like that.
There'd be like if there were 5 guys in the room, 2 of them would jump up and be like, "Whoa!" and the other 3 would be like,
I mean, I just
See,
trying to put it together.
like, I don't know, like about you, but I've dabbled. When by dabbled, I mean I've like just got fucked up for like it was almost like a
"Oh,
profession.
I've been getting fucked up since I was like 13." Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
exactly. I've lost more drugs than most people have done, but it's oh hello there.
There he is.
Yeah, I forgot what I was saying now. I don't know what it is about that. I think it's the combination of this and then the brief nudity as the movie channel described behind me. But forgot what I was saying completely. Like, that's amazing. You see the blank slate right here? There's nothing behind these eyes.
God damn.
I mean, it's a good back. What are you gonna do?
It's a good one. I don't even know what we're talking about. It's good right now. I swear to God.
It's so good. I didn't even. It's so good. I forgot where I was. That's.
Yeah,
I mean, shit.
Heard a word you said since I got this in my hand. I'm sorry. I mean,
Well, you're slowly turning into a liquid metal person. So, like, it's
pretty
the
hard.
vitamin C. There is a good amount of vitamin C in there, I believe.
Yeah, Bear Grylls. Vitamin C. Yeah, and then Bear Grylls. Jesus,
Bear Grylls is a fucking pussy bitch.
Yeah, that drinks Jessica Rodriguez's piss. Yeah.
No, Les Drought. Les Drought is where it's at, though. That's the dude, the original.
Drought.
Les Drought, Survivor Man. He's the original. Fuck Bear Grylls.
I thought you were saying less drought, like as a funny little euphemism for him drinking piss. There's less drought.
Well,
Okay.
Well, right. If you want to talk about your production company, like you're getting it started for a second and everything before we go, because
yeah, for sure. No, sorry, I don't want to hold you up, but we're I mean, it's seriously a child of quarantine. It was a friend of mine who I worked with at a restaurant years and years and years ago. We had stayed in contact through, I guess, social media for the most part. But then we started doing it's like a scene study audition collective thing that turned into a bigger thing, and then the 3 of us started that. Started writing every week, and now we've shot our 3rd short that I directed that are my other partner, Nisha. So it's Nisha Ward, Hakeem McMillan.
to play like stereotypical killjack. I can do that to a T, buddy. You better believe that. Like, I can play the best hillbilly.
Well,
Like,
we will need it. Actually, my Hakeem moved down. He's in North Carolina now, so not too far. Closer to you than I am.
Like with a little bit of like, I don't know how you would gauge your success, like career wise right now. Like I know that we'll probably both feel like we're just getting our legs under us a bit.
Correct.
But have you like a difference, like in the way that the people that you used to have, or if you still have them in your life, like that people start to treat you or view you?
Seems like it. Seems like it a little bit. I don't know. I feel like I've always kept my social circle somewhat at bay.
Yeah.
And but I do see it in certain people. I don't know. It seems like there's a certain point at which yeah. I mean, a combination of people treating you different and needing to know who's actually just there to like hang out still.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I think it's an evolutionary point though, which I think is very valuable and good.
Evolution, buddy. No.
Yeah. To some extent, do whatever you can to break out. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I gotta break the mold. It's getting. I mean, come on. Oh, my old joke and still in there. Oh, I'm so sick. I need some penicillin. Jesus Christ, I can't stop.
Can't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Why should you? Why the fuck should you?
Bad boy.
Oh man, every sip of that Kool-Aid makes me want a pouch.
Taking me closer and closer to my childhood. And that's
See, the
somewhere I
thing
want.
is, what it makes me want to do is run to the corner store and get a quarter water. You know what I'm talking about? Quarter waters.
Quarter waters.
They
Oh,
like so they were like little plastic. They sometimes look like grenades. They had the foil on top. It's just sugar water.
yeah, it's just it's sugar and some purple in there.
Right.
I have a device here that can put your whole screen on that.
Oh, it's okay, bro. We're getting ready to pop off of here. As much as I would love the stop sign with bullet holes in it as a backdrop, fuck, I really would.
That sounds pretty fucking dope. Next time.
Our whole life.
Check it out. Enrich yourself. Oh, he said stop.
Oh, that's fucking great. Oh man.
That was mine and Charles' Target growing up.
Is that 22?
Huh? No, that is that looks like a what is that?
38?
Yeah, it's what it looks like a building.
That's many different caliber.
Yeah, there's a
Many.
yeah.
That was mine and my brother's Target growing up.
That's fucking awesome, man.
Oh,
So my dad started me shooting on a 22 when I was 5 years old, and I gotta say,
what the fuck is Brooklyn and Kentucky the same place with different accents?
yeah, I was very fortunate. We got to go upstate to like the mountains every summer, a couple of weeks. So we did that kind of thing. But although no, I did have an uncle in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania is basically the Florida of the North. I would always say.
Well, I like to call Florida the Australia of the United States. Everything's trying to kill you there.
Yeah, that sounds like it checks out. Everything's trying to kill you, and you just also don't understand.
Well, actually, I was really
They seem like they're speaking the same language. They seem like they're basically living the same type of life, but also like, what?
Yeah, but they're on campaign on a Tuesday at 10:30 a.m.
Well,
so I understand. I speak their
I
language.
remember my first time in Florida when I saw shirts and shoes required at a restaurant. I was like,
oh,
wait a second.
McDonald's.
I remember people smoking in IHOP, and that was like when I was still in college, I would say.
My dad was smoking Lowe's, and this was after like you weren't all allowed. Like
but also, I would say even today, if there's a certain type of dude that's walking through a Lowe's and just like lights up a cigarette, and it's just like that makes me actually want to have one right now. Join you a cigarette. But yeah. That's. I mean, there's certain. It depends on that staff of the day. Some staff might be like, sir, and some staff might be look at the situation right now, anywhere in the country, and be like, I don't care today. I did not get my bonus. They didn't listen. I had to fucking mop up some dog vomit yesterday for no good reason because some asshole decided to bring their fucking dog into Lowe's, and they're like, yeah.
It's like, isn't it funny though? Like the word bonus, like it, if the group doesn't, like the staff doesn't get their bonus, that it's like they're boning us. It's weird, like weird. Like,
oh yeah.
I don't know. I love words.
Did we get a bonus or did they bone us?
Exactly. Like they made off like Bernie, and we're over here just like getting boned. God damn, I'm a genius sometimes. I tell you what, but
listen, that's the thing. Like your father, you're a sleeper genius. What are you gonna do? Pass it on down. It's in the. What do you call it?
Oh no, it's not in the DNA. No, he was out. Like, that's probably the only reason I don't have kids, because all my sperm have got DUIs on the way of the eggs. I mean, thank God for that.
They end up down your ankle. What are you gonna do?
No, thank you. That's a compliment, and that's wishful thinking. More like just inner thigh. But thank you.
Yeah.
Now it'd be like all week somebody thought I had big dick energy. There we go.
That's long dick style.
Yeah, long dick style. God, you hear that?
There you go.
Where's that coming from?
That sounds like a Tekken 5 character right there.
Finish him.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's confusing.
Yeah, that's a dude that's just really worried about people coming. Like, he just wants everybody to get off.
Yeah.
Finish.
I mean, you always wonder why they're going, "Hi!" Yeah.
No, I'm not wondering. I'm pretty dude, I wrestle. Oh, look, tangents, man. We got to do this again sometime. I mean, just a walking catastrophe. Like, and if you get me into conversation, I can pull that, like, all those catastrophic thoughts and make them seem like somewhat like organized and coherent.
Why is that not the point of conversation?
Yeah, it is. He says I need to clean up my.
I don't mean that.
I took a shower today. I haven't taken a shower in weeks, buddy, and I cleaned up for this.
I heard that.
Is it like a trip meeting me? Like, am I different, or am I exactly the same? Like,
Nah, dude, I'm
devil.
I mean, I'm just glad to finally actually have a conversation with you because I feel like we've like almost like we've exchanged enough information and it's like almost a conversation. But now I feel like I at least get to understand who you are a little bit more, and it's great. Like, I fucking hate having a phone. I hate social media, but I gotta say, it's moments like this that I'm like, I'm so happy that I swiped that day because I was like, you know what I mean?
Met people like more genuine, good people, like that are invested in me doing well in the past like year and a half than I have. I'll say it, like the whole time that I've been here, like it's crazy.
No, I gotta come down there. We gotta hang out.
No, I've got to come up there. Let's keep you away from here and keep you.
Where do you live at again, guy?
I'm in New York City.
New York City?
Yeah.
I've never been to New York City, but the countryside up there is really nice.
Oh yeah, dude. See, that's the thing is like I try to spend as little time. I try to spend. Can't say I try to spend as little time in the city as I can because that makes it sound like I spend the city in. But I try to spend as much time out of the city as I can. I fucking camp and fish. I just started teaching myself how to track last year. It was a great solo quarantine activity, and I'm trying to move my. I got a new recurve bow over the fall, I guess. It's a 55-pound that I hope to use to get something. I don't know. I want to work my way towards being a real outdoorsman. So like,
you've been throwing hatchets too lately, haven't you?
Has it?
Yeah. Well, that's I've always done that. I don't think
that was me.
I'll send you a picture of the spear that I made. I made a legit. I mean, it looks more like a harpoon, I guess, but it's I had an old piece of like a sour cherry tree that I just like saved, and I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but I dried it for a while, and I cleaned it up. What are you gonna
do? Guns, hatchets, drugs. You're my brother, man. I mean, come on.
That's what I'm saying.
See,
I may be from Brooklyn, but I fucking play in the dirt.
Exactly. That's why we got good immune systems. Because before cell phones, we was out there eating dirt and shit.
Exposed.
Yeah. Do you know if you still type into Google the first thing that pops up, arm turn red and shake when I eat dirt?
Wait. Just because I'm excited to see this happen, and I don't doubt a word that comes out of your mouth.
You should, but this.
Oh, I know that. But sometimes, you ever play games in life with yourself just because it's going to be fun but relatively harmless, like doing drugs, like doing mushrooms, like why I do acid every now and then. It's just like I know I might get myself into trouble, but probably I'll be fine.
Yeah, probably gonna have a good time doing it, right?
The dark lords of LSD.
Yeah. Why does my arm? And that's all you have to get to.
Wait. And what are you saying that it finishes it off with?
Why does my arm turn red and shake when I eat dirt? I'm pretty sure.
If I put in why does my arm turn R? Yes, that is the absolute first thing that comes up. So why does my arm turn red at all? Why does my arm turn red?
Why I know.
And shake when I eat dirt should not be the first thing that shows up, but it is.
Should not be a little tidbit of knowledge I've got tucked back in here. Just for...
Well, I got to know if you actually. So, why did you eat dirt?
I didn't have a cell phone.
True.
That's a valid reason.
Yeah.
That is that is a valid reason.
Absolutely.
Oh,
I mean, listen, I've eaten some dirt. I remember eating a lump of clay when I was at camp once, just because I was genuinely interested in what it tasted like.
If you think about it, we all eat shit at some time or another in our lives because the water that we shit in goes through the sewage system into the water purification systems and the water plants back to our sinks
all right, that's a long
and
way around.
showers.
That's a long
That's
way
a
around.
sickening, disgusting fact of life.
I'll say I know I've eaten shit based on the food poisoning that I've had a couple of times.
Bro,
Promise you.
I'm about to make the biggest, weirdest flex. Like, you know, I was a freak. I still am a freak. I've had so many asses sit on my face. I fuck herd immunity.
Well, sure. Oh, listen. I mean, I've eaten shit. Like, I know I've eaten shit. There's certain butts that I've eaten afterwards that I like need to make sure to check myself and like my bowel activity for the next 24 hours just to make sure. I mean, it's a combination of that and did I fucking just give myself pink eye? That's a valid concern sometimes.
That's what I'm talking about. I got that turd immunity. I mean, I can't.
Yeah. No, I've there have been some listen, I've been with some filthy fucking people, and the next morning I'm just like, I really hope I don't have to fucking like go to the doctor. I mean, pink eye is honestly one of my biggest concerns. Usually, it's just like I get in there. I like to clean my plate, you know.
Different concerns than me. If I get pink eye and that's it, I'm like, all right, it's a good week.
Then you're broadcasting the Olympics in Russia at that point, right?
I mean, chlamydia, I think that this is a brilliant fucking joke, but and a good observation that nobody's came up with yet. But if you have it, you're always giving yourself a sitting ovation because you've got the clap.
Well,
I mean, I meant to say shit.
Oh, dude, I don't know where that came from. I don't clap like that. Look at
you gotta find that sweet spot, baby.
Finger snaps.
Wait, can you clap with one hand though?
Oh. Oh, buddy.
Never.
3 strokes, bro. Come back in time with this jerking. You hit 88 miles an hour with those?
Listen, when my girl is really, really naughty, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you hit her just like yes. I love it.
They call me the jackhammer of Siberia.
Oh, good. I can't stop. Like I'm a machine when it comes to just like keeping a conversation going.
No,
like,
you're good, man. Y'all got to go. We've been going for over an hour. I don't want to fucking keep you from your people.
Man, it's been awesome. That's what like as good or better as I anticipated. And
I'm very happy to hang out with you, brother.
I love like outdoing my expectations because I have very high expectations, usually low outcomes. So, you know, to finally meet there and like on that little pinnacle or that zenith, it feels good. I love it.
Yeah,
Man, Jonas, good talking to you, dude. And if you have any acting jobs, throw them at me. I'm desperate. I'm poor. I'm helping. Got any money? I'm hungry.
Oh, listen, I'm not kidding. The second I can, we'll come down there. I got my camera. I mean, we're just shooting shit. We're writing stuff and making stuff, and we want to open opportunities to everyone we can. That's the whole point. That's why we're Public Defenders Productions. We were 3 people who have been like in the business for a minute, trying to make something happen, and now we're trying to make something happen. You know,
message me after this. Like I'm pretty good at networking. Like it doesn't make sense. It's stupid.
I believe it.
Yeah, we'll talk. All right.
Yeah, brother. Be good. Have a good time, and yeah. Cheers to you and the rest over there.
Cheers.
I was drinking Jim earlier, but now I'm on Infused Spirits Rye. I do love a rye. It's 105 proof.
I feel like
it's good
like
stuff.
some Alcoholics Anonymous bullshit like substitute.
Well, you know, you're allowed.
Yeah, I'm allowed, but should I? Yes.
Absolutely.
See you, buddy.
Be good, man.